Is there archaeological evidence that proves Nebuchadnezzar existed? And if so, does it match or contradict the depiction of Nebuchadnezzar recorded in the book of Daniel? Stay right where you are to learn more.
Welcome to Faith Affirming Findings, a podcast dedicated to sharing with you
the incredible discoveries from the field of biblical archaeology.
These findings will strengthen your faith, affirm the historicity of Scripture, and provide you with unique insights into the culture and background of the Bible.
Now, here is your host, Associate Professor of Bible Exposition at Dallas Theological Seminary,
Dr. Paul Weaver.
Today I'm recording from the island of Jeju in South Korea. I'm here at the Word of Life Jeju Bible Institute to teach a course on the book of James to these wonderful students. To learn more about how you can study the Bible and theology and earn transferable college credits, all while gaining international experience, visit woolbyjeju.org. Your time is precious, so let's jump right in to today's faith-affirming finding. In the last episode, we discussed the remains of ancient Babylon, which was excavated for 18 years by Robert Kuldewey and his teams. In today's program, we are going to talk about more amazing discoveries in ancient Babylon, the Ishtar Gate, the Processional Way, and an Acadian inscription. The Ishtar Gate was originally 45 feet tall. Robert Kuldewey and his team disassembled the Ishtar Gate and portions of the Processional Way into thousands of pieces and then transported it all the way back to Berlin, Germany. There they reconstructed it in the Pergamum Museum. The reconstruction was completed in 1930, and that is where you can view it even to this day. I've been there, and it is breathtaking. A voyage to Berlin, Germany is well worth the trip just to see this incredible archaeological discovery. What is even more remarkable is that the reconstructed gate in Berlin is only the outer gate. Originally, the Ishtar Gate, reconstructed in Babylon, would have been in a double gate. However, the inner part of the gate, which is larger than the outer part, was too large to fit in the Pergamum Museum. The Ishtar Gate, along with 7 additional gates and the Processional Way, would have been constructed under the building program of Nebuchadnezzar. You can see the beautiful blue glazed bricks. The gate and Processional Way had various animals depicted on it, including a winged lion. As you might recall, in the prophetic book of Daniel, in chapter 7, the Babylonian Empire was symbolized by a beast. That beast, in Daniel 7 verse 4, was like a lion and had wings of an eagle. A dedication inscription was also discovered connected with the Processional Way and the Ishtar Gate. It is written in the ancient language of Acadian. On it, Nebuchadnezzar takes credit for this construction project. It reads, "Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, the faithful prince, appointed by the will of Marduk, the highest of princely princes. I pulled down these gates and laid their foundations. I placed wild bulls and ferocious dragons in the gateways, and thus adorned them with luxurious splendor, so that people might gaze on them in wonder." This inscription illustrates the great arrogance of Nebuchadnezzar in his luxurious buildings, gates, gardens, and more. It is this pride that led to his demise in chapter 4. God takes this superhuman and relegates him to behave like a subhuman animal for a period of time. Why? Because he was taking the credit for what God had allowed Nebuchadnezzar and caused, really, Nebuchadnezzar to do. What is extremely interesting and vitally important to notice is the striking similarity of the wording of this inscription by Nebuchadnezzar to the words attributed to Nebuchadnezzar by the prophet Daniel, recorded in chapter 4 of the book of Daniel. You might recall that God had warned Nebuchadnezzar of the dire consequence of his arrogance and pride. God warned him of this through a dream he received of a very large tree that would grow to the heavens, but the tree would be struck down. Nebuchadnezzar's dream was interpreted by Daniel. Yet, despite the dream, the interpretation of the dream, and the imploring by Daniel for Nebuchadnezzar to change his ways, Nebuchadnezzar remained arrogant and prideful, taking all the credit from God for the construction of the city of Babylon. As I read Daniel chapter 4, verses 29 to 30, take note of all the first-person pronouns used by Nebuchadnezzar. We read in Daniel 4, verses 29 to 30, Nebuchadnezzar was walking on the roof of the royal palace of Babylon. The king reflected and said, "Is this not Babylon the Great, which I myself have built as a royal residence by the might of my power and for the glory of my majesty?" In summary, what is the significance of these discoveries? First, the Akkadian inscription associated with the Processional Way and Ishtar Gate identifies Nebuchadnezzar as a real historical figure who was the king of Babylon, just as the Bible states in the book of Daniel and elsewhere. Second, the Akkadian inscription also identifies Nebuchadnezzar as the builder of many Babylonian structures, just as the Bible states in the book of Daniel. Third, the walls of the Processional Way include depictions of lions with wings, which also matches the first beast in the book of Daniel. And this beast in Daniel's vision clearly symbolizes the Babylonian Empire. Fourth and finally, the words of Nebuchadnezzar on the Akkadian inscription closely resemble the words of this arrogant king, Nebuchadnezzar, in Daniel chapter 4, who takes the credit for constructing Babylon the Great. Once again, these discoveries, the Ishtar Gate, the Processional Way, and the Akkadian inscription affirm the historicity of Scripture. And that is your faith-affirming finding of the week.
Faith-Affirming Findings podcast is a listener-supported podcast devoted to affirming your faith in the reliability of Scripture and illuminating your understanding of Scripture.
If you would like to help sponsor the Faith Affirming Finding podcast,
You can make a tax-deductible donation of any amount, large or small,
at faithaffirmingfindings.com. That's faithaffirmingfindings.com and click on the Give tab.
We hope you'll join us again next week for another exciting Faith Affirming Finding.